Hey guys, this is the King and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Before we get started with the video today, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe because I will be giving away more iTunes and Google Play gift cards in future and upcoming videos. The next one I do, I will be choosing the winners, so make sure that you subscribe and turn your notifications on so you know when the video will come up. So make sure you leave a comment in the comments section below and let me know if you want iTunes or Google Play. So in today's video, I'm continuing on with my top player series, and I was very fortunate enough to talk to this guy, Jack3 of Alpha Reddit, who just recently hit 5,005 trophies as a level 11. So in my interview with him, the first question I asked him was, what was his favorite deck to play? And he said his favorite deck to play is the Golem deck that he plays on the ladder, which is what you're seeing in this replay right here is the deck that he uses. Now, one question I had was, what are some of the do's and the don'ts? And the one thing that he did say was, you don't really want to play the Golem until you get to 2 times Elixir and you want to have 2 pumps down. He said in the first 2 minutes of the match, your main goal is to focus on getting your pumps down, defending well, and defending your pumps as well, and just build up those Elixir pumps so that when 2 times Elixir hits, you have such a great advantage over your opponent that they will not be able to keep up with you. He said if you have the 2 pumps down, he said you're almost guaranteed a win when 2 times Elixir hits. Now, I did ask this question. Well, okay, what if you have 2 pumps down in regular time? Would you ever play the Golem? And his answer was he would only play the Golem if his opponent's win condition, such as a giant or something like that, has already been played and they can't punish you. Then by all means, he said, lay the Golem down. So my next question to him was, okay, you lay your Golem down. What if they come in and push the other lane where they're elite barbs? What are you going to do? And his answer is make sure that when you lay the Golem down, you have the ice Golem there as well, and you can kite the elite barbs with the ice Golem over to the opposite lane. And as you are kiting the elite barbs with the ice Golem, lay your musketeer down and let your musketeer go to work on the elite barbs to help take them out, as your towers also do damage to them as well. This also forces them to, once they get done with the ice Golem, they're going to be on your Golem, and so they will never attack your tower. Another question I had for him is, okay, what if your opponent uses Fireball or Lightning to take out your Elixir pumps or weaken your Elixir pumps? And his answer to that is, that's actually a good thing, because that means that they're not going to have good counters to counter, the push that you're making with the Golem, or even if you're trying to do chip damage with the other troops that are in this deck as the match is going along. And remember, you do have elite barbarians also, so those are going to come into play throughout the entire match as well as toward the end of the match. So in the first 2 minutes of the match, you're going to play this deck almost like it's an elite barbarian deck to a degree. Again, focusing on getting your pumps down, making sure that you have 2 pumps down when 2 times Elixir hits. Use those elite barbarians. Don't be afraid to use them throughout the first 2 minutes of the match. And, once you get to 2 times Elixir and you lay the Golem down, he said it's basically game. So in this next replay, Jack is going up against a Royal Giant deck. And he wanted to show this replay because he knows how much trouble people have with the Royal Giant, considering he's a common and he's a very strong card. And while we watch this replay, or while you guys watch this replay, I just want to go over a few other things, questions that I had with him in this interview. I had a question with my last guest, and it kind of gave him the same question, which is, how often should you play? Should you play hours on end or not? And his answer really is this, okay? Play a couple of matches, take a break, walk away, come back and play again. Don't play hours on end because you will get frustrated. You could tilt, and that is no fun, as we all know, and I'm sure we've all gone through that. I have gone through that several times, and it is frustrating, and it makes you just absolutely just want to throw your phone or your whatever you're playing on, your iPad. So don't do that. Another thing I asked him is, are you worried if slots are full or if your crown chests are already done or anything? And he said no. He said, just play the game throughout the day if you want to, but just, play a couple of games, put it away, come back, play a few more games, and just kind of go through that progression. So my next question to him was a question that I know has been asked 1,000 times, not just by yourselves, but by me, by other clanmates. And the question is, what card levels do I need to get to 3,000 trophies, to 4,000 trophies, to 5,000 trophies? And the answer he gave me was this. He said to get to 3,000, which is Legendary Arena, really you have to be, at least level 9 commons, maybe level 6 or 7 on your rares, level 2 or 3 on your epics, and legendary level would be, around level 1. Now, if you're still having trouble getting to 3,000, then, you're probably going to have some of those bumped up. I still think you could get there as a level 9 with, say like level 10 commons, level 7 or 8 rares, level 3 or 4 on your epics, and legendary would still be maybe level 1 or 2. Now of course these are for maybe your average player to slightly above average player, but you will see guys getting to Legendary Arena as a level 8. Those guys are highly skilled, and you know what, the more you play this game, you can be the same way. After you have played this game for a while, maybe challenge yourself and start up a new account and see if you can push up to Legendary Arena, as a level 8 with certain level cards. That's always fun to do, starting a new account. And he said if you want to reach 5K, he said really you need to have your commons somewhere around 12. You need to have your rares around 9. Your epics should be maybe 4 or 5 level. And your legendary should be, at least 2 or 3. So to hit 4K, 4,000 trophies, your levels are going to be kind of in between those two. I see a lot of guys getting to 4,000 trophies as a level 10, as a level 11. Usually that right around in there is where you're going to hit 4,000 trophies. And guys, I'm going to personally give you some advice. One thing that I have run into, you have 3 slots for 3 different decks. And just as our last guest had said, and even Jack has said, you want to play the same deck over and over again. You want to get really used to it and really good with it, really proficient with it. You want to know the ins and outs of that deck, what it can and can't do. But I think that you can do that with 3 different decks. And me personally, I like to have a beatdown deck. I like to have a fast-paced deck. And then, my other deck is a deck that I can, mess around with and, try different things. That's me personally. I like to try different things to see what they do, especially when new cards come out. So, maybe keep that third deck as something that you can just kind of mess around with, or put that third deck as, something that's kind of in between, the beatdown, or the maybe like, Lava Hound on one, Golem on another, if you want to play those slower decks. And then, make sure you have one that's maybe either a control deck, a chip deck, or, some type of fast-paced deck. That's just my opinion. But no matter what deck you guys play, my main advice to everyone watching this video is this. You've got to know every card in the game, what it does, what counters it, what it can and cannot do, how much damage it does. Those are very, very important. To be successful at this game, you've got to understand the game, right? And you need to understand every card in the game, period. One piece of advice I hear over and over again as I interview people, as I watch other videos of other people, clanmates, this, that, and the other thing. One thing that you can do is go back and watch your replays. Watch the ones you lose, watch the ones you win. Try to understand why you lost, understand why you won. That goes a long way, not making the same mistakes again. And another thing that you guys can do as you're watching these replays is try to count, and it is hard to do. I play off of feel. It is hard to you know, try to count your opponent's elixir. Okay, he just used 6 on his elite barbs. He just used 3 on this, that, and the other thing. You know, it is hard to try to keep up with what your opponent is using. But if you can do that, that's going to help you out a tremendous amount, especially during matches that become close, especially 2 times elixir when things are running a little bit quicker and you're having to make more decisions. Trying to keep up with what your opponent has used in their cycle also, as far as their cards. You know, what cards have they already laid down? What's not in their hand right now? All those little things go a very, very long way, you know, determining whether you're going to win or lose a match. And guys, Jack of Alpha Reddit has won 57,000 plus cards doing challenges, grand challenges. He knows what he's doing, guys. And, you know, he's an excellent player. And I'm so glad that he was able to come into the clan and give us a variety of decks, you know, that you guys have watched throughout this video. Because in these replays, you can see, you know, what counters what. You can see his placement. You know, rewind this video. Watch these replays over and over again. You're going to learn from them. And I'm sure that you've learned something watching this video and watching his replays. Well guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys learned a lot from watching this video, watching Jack, seeing his placement, seeing the mechanics of this Golem deck. It is a very strong deck, guys. And you know what? I cannot thank Jack enough for stopping by the clan, sharing all this with us. I learned a lot from it. Hope you guys learned a lot from it too. Remember guys to click that like button, subscribe so you can get into the giveaways. But most of all guys, be well.